So, good evening. This is Wesley Virgin. Welcome to another Miami Midnight Rant, part 2, actually. And, I know you guys can't see me right now. That's the whole purpose of the Midnight Millionaire Rant here. I'm here in Miami right now at my second place, live from the Porsche Tower building. And I do these rants where I give everybody the opportunity, entrepreneurs, young people, teenagers, people that have ideas, things that they want to do. And as a multimillionaire here, I want to give you the opportunity to converse with me. So what I want you to do before I get started here, put your names below. I like to give everybody a shout out. And I don't care if it's 1 million people, I will say 1 million people's names. Because I care about you, even though I don't know you. But one thing I do know about you, that you're looking and you're searching on a way, or searching for an opportunity to put yourself in a better situation. So, hey, Donovan, how are you doing? And yes, it's going to be dark. And the reason why I do that, because I want you to focus on my voice. So as you sit there, I want you to relax, listen, and you might learn something here. You might learn something that may enable you to have the breakthrough for your life, with your business or anything that you're trying to want to do. Hey, Devin, how are you? Sabrina, much love. T-Man, how are you? Theo, Jada, how are you? Great evening. Let's go. Angeline, let's go. Eskia, let's go. So as you guys are putting your names below, thank you for hitting a like and the share button right now. And while you do that, get your questions ready. Get your questions ready for me. And let me tell you why I do this. I do this because years ago, maybe 7 years ago, 8 years ago, before I had my big breakthrough to earn my first million, I wish I had someone that I could bounce ideas off of. Like, I wish I had a millionaire mentor, which I didn't. So I made a promise to myself. I made a promise to God that I would be an advocate for people that wanted to know or wanted me to share that philosophy with them, which means you can ask questions, right? Any questions that you have about what's going on with you as it relates for you being a more successful man or woman on the planet. Because, rich people, we think a certain type of way, and we think differently from the poor and average. We think differently from the 9-to-5 guy and gal. So what I want to do is I want to service you. Hey, South Jersey in the building here. How are you? What's up, Pudgy Cheeks? How are you? Aaron, how are you, sweetheart? Nick, great evening here. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. And once again, thanks. If you can hear my voice, hit the like button. I just go ahead and hit that, but so I know that I'm speaking clearly. I promise you I'm going to talk slowly, so I don't want you to miss a beat. If you're smart, what you would do at this current moment is get a sheet of paper, maybe record the video, because you want to listen to this video over and over again, because you may hear something later that you didn't hear before. So as you really deeply listen to everything that you're about to hear right now, make sure you equip yourself, get a sheet of paper, take notes. This is Prosperity School. This is another Miami Midnight Millionaire session with me. And yes, I know it's not midnight, but I decided to jump on a little bit early just for you to be able to converse with you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started here. Questions for me. Oh, and for everybody, I got a lot of you have sent me a DM about the meditation that I use. And the meditation that I use when I had my breakthrough, you can find that for free at www.overnightmillionaire.net. Okay. And it's free. It's the meditation that I created, that I use for myself, to be able to kind of recondition my mindset and to basically clear negative thoughts of that sort, so I can focus on what I wanted clearly. So that's at write it down, please, overnightmillionaire.net, and you'll see and you can hear the meditation. You can download it for free. Okay. All right. Does Overnight Millionaire show you practical ways to make money, or is it just recondition your mind? It's just recondition your mind, people. Understand this. Like, the biggest myth, okay? The biggest myth is to tell people that the first thing they need to do is create a company, start a business, and try to make money, which just means is trying to give a person a strategy, right? Because a lot of you say, well, what's the strategy? What's the blueprint? Tell me some practical businesses. What should I go into online business? Should I create an offline business? Should I sell a product? And I know that sounds logical, right? That sounds logical, right? To, jump into a company or create a company to sell some products and services. But the big issue is this, okay? You have millions of people every single day that create companies. And you have 99% of those people, they never, one, take action. Two, they never can withstand the journey that it takes or make the sacrifices to make money. So this is why in the Overnight Millionaire, I focus only on mindset, because I truly believe that's the most important component of all success, okay? It's just how you think about what you're doing. See, people don't quit a business or they don't stop because they're enjoying themselves. People quit anything in life, it's because they're irritated. Does that make sense? Like if I give you a strategy right now, I can teach you right now. Like I've earned over $40 million in the past 4 years on the internet. And I can show you step by step how to create an internet company, how to run Facebook ads, how to run YouTube ads. I can show you how to do that, how to create a product and develop that product online and sell it to people. But the issue is this: when you start and you start to apply it, you won't get the results that I'm getting. Now, the question is why? Well, one, because I've been doing it longer than you, okay? Two is I believe the results that I'm getting right now, I believe that the results are possible. So with a lot of you, what you don't understand is if you don't believe that the results, like right now, my company does like last month, we did like $900,000, okay? $900,000, right, last month. So for you and for your mind to be able to conceive that as being a possibility, it might sound good, but you can't see yourself making the money. Because if you could, then you will withstand and make the sacrifices that you need to make to go through the process, the learning process to make the money. Does that make sense? So the mindset is very important. The mindset is similar to the foundation. Like before you could build a home, you have to build the foundation first. Because if you don't, then the home is not going to stand. The home is not going to be able to withstand the wind. It won't be able to stand all the different adversities that may, come upon the building. Like right now, I'm in the Porsche building. I'm on the 46th floor here. Okay, it's 55 floors. If the guy that built this building built it on a poor foundation, even though he spent $1 billion creating the building, if the foundation wasn't dug first, the building will fall. Does that make sense? So that's what happens with a lot of you. You're looking for a practical way to make money, but when you get irritated, when you get upset because it's not working, that irritation, that pain, that when you get a little bit disappointed, that's keeping you from understanding and developing the skill. Listen to me here. You cannot develop a skill out of frustration. Okay? Write that down, please. You cannot properly develop a skill of mastery by being flustered and frustrated and irritated and pissed off or disappointed all the time. Does that make sense? Because when you're disappointed, when you're going through the journey of success, you're thinking about why is it not working? So your mind cannot think that it is working. It can't think that it's not working at the same time. Does that make sense? You can't have a thought that, yeah, I'm going to make all this money. I'm going to learn this business. I'm going to watch these videos. I'm going to take action. And then when you take action, it doesn't work. Then your mind say, well, why is it not working? I don't understand. I've been trying to do this for the last 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. It's not working. So those are contradictory statements there, which means is you will stay at a plateau. Does that make sense? Hit the like button if that made perfect sense. I didn't mean to go too long. I tried to give you the brevity of it, but this is what happens to a lot of you. Okay. You don't have the proper mindset. That's the first thing that you need to master, is how you think about the process. The first thing that you have to master is, first, before you start a business, figure out what you want to do for your life. Like what type of life you want to live. And see, they don't teach this in business schools. They don't teach this as far as your MBAs and your bachelor's degrees. They don't teach this in linear education, unfortunately, here. But all rich people, successful people understand this very clearly, that their mind must be right. And unfortunately, if you're like me, I didn't get it from my dad. Like my dad didn't have a mindset of a millionaire or a successful person. He was driven, but he never made a lot of money, right? My mom didn't have that type of mindset. So if you didn't grow up like my children, they grew up with their dad having this mindset. So by default, they already have the foundation. So they're kind of lucky, right? But like me and you, we didn't grow up that way. So we were unconsciously programmed, I'm not saying to be poor, but to be average, such as maybe your parents have a 9-to-5 job, right? Maybe your parents don't run a business. Maybe you see your parents work hard and hard and hard, but yet they still don't have any money. Does that make sense? You don't see any fancy cars. Your parents don't have fancy cars, and maybe your parents always argue about how the money that they don't have. So all that programming is inside of you. So what the overnight millionaire does, it reconditions the mind. Okay, if you go through it, it does. Very powerful. We have over like thousands of testimonies right now online about that program, but it only works if you do it. Okay, next question for me. Did that make sense? Hit the like button for me, guys, if that made sense. I just want to make sure I gave that to you clearly here. Hey, I'm 21, just got out of college. I wanted to start a business flipping houses for like $10K and rent them out. I saved up $10K. Do you think I can get rich? Yeah, anybody can get rich, Cedric. Okay. Anybody can be rich, even you, right? So one thing I've learned about before I became financially rich or financially wealthy is the first step to getting rich is to believe that you can. So I'm going to state right now, Cedric, that you can be rich. Now, do I know what vehicle that's going to be? I have no clue. Like maybe it will be with you flipping houses. I'm not sure. Maybe you'll start a conventional company. I don't know. Okay. But to be honest, getting rich has nothing to do with what you're going to do to get there, right? Because you're not that smart. I'll give you an example. Years ago, I created 7dayfitness.com. I thought that company was going to make me rich online. And I believed it so much that I spent 6 years making no money trying to build the company. But guess what? That company did not give me the breakthrough that I had. It was fatdiminisher.com, which was the next company. So what I'm saying is, if you want to flip houses, okay, become an expert, right? If you want to be rich, you have to define what rich means to you. Like, what is rich? $1 million, 100,000, 10 million. So it's important to have your own number, because understand, even the word rich, wealthy, success is defined by the person, okay? Because it's all relative, right? It depends on who you're talking to. Some people think $10,000 is a lot of money. Why? Because maybe they came from another country and they only made $100 a month. So if I go to India, Africa, or different countries, or third countries around the world, $10K is a lot of money per month. Make sense? So they may think themselves as rich. So you need to come up with your number that you believe that will make you rich. Okay? Make sense? Okay, most of the meditations are affirmations. or you do both in the day? So he's asking me right now, most of your meditations are affirmations. So don't think about, okay, so understand this. Affirmations are words or a sentence, like such as, I am successful. That's an affirmation, right? It is a sentence or a phrase I'm stating of something that I want to believe. And I'm going to say this repeatedly until I believe it. Does that make sense? So we say affirmations every day. And let me share. Unfortunately, we say affirmations that are a bit piss poor, such as, I'll never make it. I'm not smart enough. I'm stupid. Things never work out for me. So if you ever said things like that, those are affirmations. Affirmation are anything that you say repeatedly about yourself over and over again, right? Or if you think them. So what we use is what is called positive affirmations, things that we want to believe. Now, meditation, all that does is, even the word meditate, it means to create, okay? All we're doing is to get familiar with, okay? Write that down. To meditate means to get familiar with. And when I use the word get familiar with, you have to get familiar with yourself, with your brain, with your thoughts. See, a lot of you, and raise your hand right now, put it in the chat box below, if your mind just wanders, or maybe your mind is overwhelmed, or, like right now it's 10:25 here, and your mind just wandering everywhere. You're laying in bed, you want to sleep, but your mind is thinking about today. It's thinking about tomorrow. It's thinking about what just happened. It's thinking about bills. It's thinking about jobs. It's thinking about business. Maybe it's thinking about Wesley Virgin, right? So your mind is wandering. So meditation gives you the opportunity to get familiar with you, your mind, your thoughts. Make sense? And when you get more familiar with yourself, that's why you do it over and over again. Then you can start to focus or to increase your concentration. Okay? How long do you meditate? So today I meditated 3 times today, and I meditate 20 minutes every meditation session. Okay. Next question. Thank you, Holistic, for writing that website for me. Overnightmillionaire.net. Damn, I was trying to say something. It's just I was trying to say, you're so funny. Kelsey, your mind is in the gutter, young lady, huh? Ladies, oh my God. Ladies, I'm not naked tonight, so you won't see any. Well, no, I am naked. I'm not going to lie to you. But, right now I want to keep this professional tonight, ladies. Can we do it tonight? Can we be a little bit professional tonight, if you don't mind? Maybe tomorrow night we'll give you a nice show. I'm just kidding. All right, next question here. Here we go. Question here. How could I create a company? Easy. I mean, you can create a company on YouTube.com. Understand something. To create a company, it's not that difficult, right? And creating a company is like not even like half the battle. I mean, creating a successful company, that's something else, okay? So the thing is, first you have to think about what type of company you want to create, okay? I don't see anything. Yes, I know you don't. Yes, you see the black. You see the blackness. You see my beautiful view, even though it's evening time here. How to start from small, 9-to-5 job or what? Yeah. So the thing is, one thing I'm sure you guys know about me, like I started with nothing, right? I didn't have any funds. I used credit cards when I was building my business. So the thing is, what's important is this. A lot of you believe that you don't have the necessary resources. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that if you had more resources, then you can do more things. Resources means money, mentors, more guidance, right? Someone that can just show you the way, right? Which is what I'm attempting to do with you right now. Like you're listening to me, right? And I'm having a conversation with you, even though you're not talking, you're listening. But listen, what's important, and you need to write this down, is not to have resources. It's important to be resourceful, which means is based off what you have now, you have to use that mind of yours. Okay. See how powerful the mind is? You have to use your mind. Like if you don't have enough money in your bank account to start a business, well, you have to use your mind and say, well, how can I create more money? Or can I create money by spending no money Is there an opportunity for me to make money without having a dime? Does that make sense? So it's not about having resources. It's about being resourceful. Okay? It's about being resourceful. What I'm saying is this. Listen to me close. There's always an opportunity to do something if you really want to do it. With the proper motivation, okay, you can do anything. I don't care how poor and how broke you are. I don't care where you live around the planet. You can live in India, Africa, Philippines. You can live in an island by yourself. There is an opportunity for you to succeed greatly if you're looking for it. See, this is where the mindset comes in. See, you guys see at overnightmillionaire.net, this is what I discuss, because see, the mind is so powerful. The mind, it can create things that you didn't see before. A lot of you keep bathing in your failure. You keep bathing in your disappointments. You know, you're quick to talk about what's not working or what you don't have, or I wish I had this. Well, that type of language, which we discussed in the Overnight Millionaire program, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get you more of what you're talking about. If you're constantly disappointed about your life, when do you ever look and search for prosperity in your life? If you're every day complaining about life, when do you ever discover that something in your life that you could be grateful for? Does that make sense? So it's all about the mind. You know, the mind is very powerful once you study it. And that's what I did. You know, one thing about me, before I got rich, I just read a lot of books about the mind, the brain, right? It started with The Secret, it started with the Law of Attraction, right? I wanted to understand why I was getting certain type of results and other people were getting much better results than myself. And I realized that it's all about how I thought about it. It's all about how I framed the situation, my mindset. And trust me, listen to me here. I know it's tough. Right? It is. And this is why I jump online like this, even though I'm a very wealthy man. But this is why I jump on here, because I want to talk to that young lady that's listening to me right now that feels hopeless. I want to talk to that young man that has made plenty of mistakes in his life, but yet he still wants to believe that he can pull himself out of that hole. And listen to me, you can. Okay? You can, and you will. I don't know when. It's up to you. I don't know how. It's up to you. But all I can do, the only type of guarantee I can give you is this. Is once you start to change how you think and how you feel and look at your life, that's when things start to change. Okay? And listen, the change is not going to be immediate. Right? It's not going to be immediate. It's going to take some time. Because, see, a lot of you right now, you're just negative people, you know, unfortunately. Like, I love you, but you're negative. You're very negative people. And you grew up that way unconsciously. Like, the media is negative. Social media is negative. Like, the world drives off of drama. It's everywhere, right? Especially on the Western side of the globe here in America, Canada. Like, we drive on drama. So if that's what you see and hear on a daily basis, then you're unconsciously programmed to see the negativity. That's why these type of videos here, that even though you can't see me, but you can hear me, it will start to influence you. Because, see, I understand that life is a blessing. Whether I have $1 million or $1 in my bank account, life is still a blessing. Does that make sense? Write this down. Once you learn and teach yourself how to disconnect money from your happiness, then you'll realize that you can be happy at any given moment. And listen, happy people, they attract people that are rich, because that's what rich people want to be around, by the way. Like, I'm not saying there are not any sad rich people, but like me, I'm a happy guy. You watch my Instagram, you find me on YouTube. I'm excited about life. And I realized that I could be excited and happy about my life irregardless of the car that I drive, irregardless of the condos I stay in, all the flights I take around the world. You know, I still can be excited and happy about life. So once I started to do that, even though when I was at my lowest, then the opportunities that were there the entire time, I started to see, and I took hold of those opportunities, and I've made millions of dollars. And that's what I want for you. When someone have nothing, how do I start? Yeah, that's the best place to start from. When you have nothing, like that's the best place, because let me share why. Because it's going to show you how resilient you are. See, listen, anybody on the planet can be excited and happy about life when they're making money, when they're in love, when everything is working out. Everybody's giving them compliments. Everybody likes you. Everybody's commenting on your videos, liking your photos, right? It's easy to be excited. Everybody's being nice to you. But the challenge is this. Can you remain excited and happy and grateful when you have $0? When everybody's against you, when no one likes you, when everything that you do appears not to be working, even though you have a positive intention? Can you still be excited, enthusiastic about life? That's the key. And unfortunately, a lot of you can't, because you've been programmed and you've been conditioned almost like a monkey, right? You know, monkey see, monkey do. You see other monkeys jump in the lake, you jump in the lake too. You see monkeys laugh, you laugh too. You see a fight, you follow the fight. But what I'm going to ask you to do is stop and reframe or repudiate embodying the robotic process of the planet here. You know, majority of people are robots. They just are. They just do what other people do. And the reason why they do what other people do, because they don't want to be the lone duck that's doing something different, because they're afraid of criticism. They're afraid of painful words, right? They're afraid to be singled out. But what I'm telling you is that's where the treasure is. Okay? The person is able to go left there. Everybody's going right, but you go left. Well, that's where the treasure is. And listen, it's not easy, because people are going to talk about you. Like right now, like a lot of you won't quit your job or drop out of school, even though you don't want to be in school. And now listen, I'm not telling anybody to drop out of school, okay? And I'm not telling anybody to quit their jobs. I'm going to put that out there. But a lot of you won't do that because you're afraid of what other people will say. You drop out of school, your parents going to be upset, right? If you leave your job, your parents or somebody going to say, why did you leave your job? You need that job, blah, 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 blah. Right? So it's tough, because you have to deal with the robotic people that you've been around. See, this is what I want all of you guys to understand. Even teenagers, listen to me here. If you're around people that are just like you as you are now, you're in the wrong place. Okay? You're in the wrong place. If you're around people that do exactly what you do, but you want to do something different, well, you're in the wrong place. Okay? Majority of the people, they're followers. They wait for other people to buy a program. They wait for other people to get results from something before they do it. They want to watch you. See, that's why, listen, the most admired people on the planet are like me. A lot of people admire me, millions of people around the planet, and I'm grateful for that. But people admire me not because I do everything right. Listen, it's not because I do everything right. Okay? Obviously, I do some things that turn people off. I curse sometimes. I may say fuck, all right, bitch, you know, right? I may raise my voice. But see, people, even the people that don't like that type of language, they like it because they say, wow, he's not afraid of what people are going to say. I may speak passionately about a topic that maybe you don't agree with, right? But I'll speak about it and you'll still listen, even though you don't agree, because the only reason why you'll still listen, because I have the guts to say it. Does that make sense? See, rich people, wealthy people, we're fearless. You know, we're fearless to the point that when it comes to people and their opinions and how they feel, I mean, you have to make a decision that if you really want to make money, okay, and if you really want to be admired, or if you want to do something great on the planet, there are going to be people that's going to throw rocks at you. It's coming, okay? And the larger you get, or the more celebratory you become on the planet, well, the people, they're going to throw rocks at you. Well, listen to me here. Even where you are right now, if you're trying to do things on a planet, but at the same time, you want to make sure something is perfect, and your definition of perfect is you don't want other people to diminish your ideal, or you don't want other people to criticize it, then I'm going to tell you from the top of my heart, stay at your job. Stay what you're currently doing, because this life is not for you. See, when people say, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go off into a tangent here, but when people say, well, I want it to be perfect. I want it to be perfect. I want it to be perfect. All of you have said that. What you're really saying is, I don't want other people to talk about it. I don't want other people to talk negatively about it. Right? I don't want people to hurt me. That's what you're really saying. I don't want people to hurt my feelings. Isn't that powerful? And if people can hurt your feelings, that means they're the master over you. That means that you're no longer in power. You're powerless. Does that make sense? So a lot of you won't jump towards your dreams boldly. It's because you don't want to be hurt. That's all what it is. You want your feelings to be hurt. You want to navigate through life without having any challenges and anybody hurting your feelings. Listen, if someone is hurting your feelings, that means that you have some insecurities about yourself that you need to deal with. And guess what? It's okay. Okay? It's okay to have insecurities. But it's not okay to repress those insecurities and think like, oh, no, I don't have a problem. You do. Deal with it. This is why I know it's going to sound crazy, but this is why I enjoyed the COVID-19, even though, I know this is a negative situation here, but, the virus gave us an opportunity for the people who took it to sit your ass at the house and think about what you want to do with your life, and wake up in the morning and say, what pathetic things am I doing that's creating the terrible life that I have here today? I can't go to my job. I can't go to the park. I can't go to the gym. I can only sit in my room. And now I have to face myself. I'm forced to face myself, my problems, my insecurities, my boredom. A lot of you couldn't even stand it. Like I already know some people, you couldn't even take it 30, 60 days at your house. Some of you are going crazy. You want to go out. You miss drinking. You miss having sex. You miss smoking. And you don't see the opportunity that's right in front of you, which is the opportunity to work on yourself, work on your behavior, find out why you feel the way that you feel. Understand you. Talk to yourself. Discover things about yourself that you have repressed. Does that make sense? Next question for me. I'm going to scroll down here. If that made sense, hit the like button, folks. So you hit the like button here. Question for me. Questions. Hello. Hit the like button if that made sense. Like, this is an opportunity right here. A lot of you keep reiterating how broke you are and you don't know how to start a business. But you don't realize that right now, like regardless of trying to start a business right now, you can get to know yourself. More importantly, you can find out who you really are. Now, how do you do that? This is what you do. Wesley, who are you? Like, ask yourself that question right now. I want everybody right now, just do it. Say, you know what? Whatever your name is. Chris, who are you? Beth, who are you? John, who are you? Ann, who are you? Who are you really? And more importantly, what type of person would you like to become? See, you don't need to wait for God or some higher power to tell you what you need to be for you, for yourself on the planet. I hear this sometimes with people. They say, well, I'm waiting for God to give me the road. I don't mean to dive into a religious discussion here, but I think it's important. You know, some people say, well, I'm waiting for the psychic to tell me. I'm waiting for the universe to tell me. I'm waiting for waiting. Keyword is waiting, which needs to be eliminated from your vocabulary. You don't need to wait. You have everything that you need within you now to create whatever you want. The question is, what do you want to become? You can become whatever you want. You don't have to ask people, well, what do you think I should do? Well, my question is, what do you want to do? People ask me every day, Wesley, what do you think I should do? What am I good? I just don't know what to do. Can you give me some? Listen, what do you want to do? Don't ask other people what you should do. They would tell you. You'll be laying down in bed at night here, and the TV will pop on and say, hey, you need to go to engineering school in UTI, and we'll take you in 2 months. You'll be an engineer. Or to say, hey, you need to become a doctor, or you need to be a nurse. You need to be a CNA. You ever thought you want? Look, the TV, the media, if you watch it long enough, it would tell you what you need to do or what you should do. But maybe that's not what you want to do. What I'm saying is, even if you're uncertain right now and you say, I don't know what to do. Okay, great. But the question is, what do you want to do? What makes you happy? What makes you excited? I don't know, Wesley. I don't know what makes me excited. Well, guess what? Then you got a lot of work to do. You don't need a practical way to make money right now. You need to discover what makes you happy. I may give you a business right now. I can give everybody a blueprint. And I give you the blueprint. And you'll say, well, I don't want to do that. Okay. Well, what do you want to do? I don't know. Does that make sense? See, what I do for a living may not be something that's going to excite you. And guess what? You need to figure it out. And I know what some people are thinking right now. How? How do I figure it out? Think. Hello? Can everybody comment that word below, please? Think. Think. From the strangest secret, it says that the reason why men fail because they don't think. Think for yourself. It's okay to listen to other people's ideologies, others' philosophies about whatever, life, business, money, women, men, relationships. But listen to me here, close. Sometimes the best person to listen to is you. Because you have to get up in the morning. You got to deal with yourself. You got to brush your teeth. You got to feed yourself. You got to go take a shit. You got to go piss. You got to go out there into the world and navigate it. So guess what? The best plan that maybe you should create as it relates to what you want to do is you. And guess what? If you don't know what, figure it out. Sit down, right? Open up a notepad. Open up your laptop and say, Wesley, what do you want? Wesley, how do you want to live your life for the next 5, 10, 15 years? Wesley, what makes you excited? Wesley, what makes you enthusiastic? That's where you start. Question here. Hit the like button if that made sense. Men perish because they don't think. They just don't think for themselves. They want other people to think for them. Think for yourself. You're capable. Hello? Do you hear me? You are capable. It has nothing to do with your lack of education when it comes to linear education. I don't care if you didn't graduate from high school, you're still capable. You didn't go to college, you're still capable. You don't have a job right now, you're still capable. You're broke, ASF, you're still capable. You didn't have a mom, you didn't have a dad, you're still capable. You didn't have a good mom, you didn't have a great dad, you're still capable. Okay? You don't have a mentor, you're still capable. Does that make sense? Hello? Does that make sense? Listen to me. I tell my story all the time because I'm very transparent with my story. I barely graduated high school. I dropped out of college. I got kicked out of the Army. I filed bankruptcy. I've had my cars repoed 3 times. I've had credit scores of 400. Bad, terrible credit. I've been in jail several times. Not prison, but jail. Several times. Because of stupid Just being irresponsible. Listen, I didn't have the greatest childhood. When I was growing up, my parents didn't tell me, oh, I love you, Wesley. Wesley, you're the greatest. Wesley, you're going to do great things. They tell me now. But they didn't tell me that when I was growing up from 1 to 10. Hell, not even from 1 to 18. I don't remember any hugs. I don't remember anyone telling me. So guess what? There's no excuses. But you don't hear me making any excuses about what my parents did or what they didn't do. You don't hear me making excuses that I grew up on the south side of Houston, Texas. So what? Because excuses are nothing but a story for you to stay exactly who you are right now. Hello? Your excuse is nothing but a story to stay the pathetic person that you are right now. And that's wrong. Because you're capable of more. Hello? You're capable of more. Question for me. Question for me. Somebody just said that my mind is blown. I'm glad your mind is blown, but you're capable. Question for me. Feel free to tag a couple of people below. We need to have 1 million people in this type of rant right now. Don't you agree? 1 million people. Imagine if 1 million people were able to hear that they're capable. Why? Because your dad never told you that you were capable. Your mom never said you were capable. Your friend never said you were capable. Who on the planet that's going to tell you that you will become a multimillionaire, that you will be rich, that you deserve to be wealthy? Who right now is going to tell you that? Hello? I will. If you're not hearing it, you can hear from me. Do you smoke weed? No, never. Do you recommend the Mind Control Silver Method to understand and practice? Absolutely. It's a great program. Can you give us 3 pieces of advice for a better marketing, please? YouTube, and YouTube. Will mind conditioning help me to be a professional athlete? Absolutely. So one thing about athletes, folks, like Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, he talks about meditation. LeBron James talks about meditation. Tiger Woods talks about the rehearsal of the mind. This stuff is real, okay? Listen to me. Meditation and visualizing what you want is not just married or not just confined to making money, okay? To anything that you want to do. Listen and write this down below. If you're able to see what you want in your mind first, let me give you an example. One day, I went out to go play football. I haven't played football in a very long time. Obviously, I'm not a football player. Maybe I look like it now, but back in the days, I didn't. And I was playing with my cousins. And I haven't played in a while. I haven't ran in a while. One thing about me, I don't run. I hate running. I would never run because I ran too much in the Army. And what I did, right before I went out to the field, I meditated and I visualized myself catching the balls. I pictured myself tackling the opposite team. I pictured myself hitting the goals and, making the touchdowns. I pictured myself, bragging a little bit, talking noise to my cousin. And guess what happened? Not only did I do all those things we want every single time, and I swear to God, all I did was picture it in my mind. Okay? Let me give guys some hints or some techniques, ladies, if you don't mind, as it relates to talking to women. Okay? Before you go out, and this is like if I ever start dating again, whatever. If you go out, before you go out to the club, before you go out to the bar, say if you're getting ready with your boys to go out, it's best practices to meditate and to visualize exactly what you want to happen. You can visualize yourself talking to a girl. You can visualize yourself buying her a drink. You can visualize you looking in her eyes, kissing her, holding her, dancing with her, taking her home that night. And it works. It's very powerful. So the point is, You can visualize anything in the mind. Before you do it, you got to interview, right? You have a job interview tomorrow. Just visualize yourself answering all the questions correctly. Visualize the person that's interviewing you, smiling and looking at you, knowing that you're the right person for the job. Visualize yourself getting the job. I do this all the time. Okay? That's in my With Visuals program, by the way. And I show people, just like you, if you can go to wesleyvirgin.net/visuals, and you can get the program. I just show you how you do it in the mind first. I know it sounds crazy, but everybody does it. Ellen DeGeneres does it. Oprah Winfrey, Tom Cruise, Will Smith, Tyler Perry. I mean, they all do it, and they all rich, right? So you should see the similarities here. That obviously, like Wesley Virgin does it. It works. Okay. If you start dating again. Maybe I'm dating someone right now, folks. You never know. Here we go. I was called and I visualized my car, and now I have since I got Wesley's program. See? You see Queen? Queen says she used my program at overnightmillionaire.net, and she got the card. You know, listen, I know a lot of this stuff sounds so esoteric, sounds so it just sounds out there, out the box, right? You say, Wesley, come on. It's no way I can just think about something and create pictures in my mind before I actually do it and make it happen. Yes, you can. And guess what? You're already doing it. All of you. Listen, if you're afraid to do something, it's only because you're creating a picture or a movie in your mind about what's going to happen in the negative. If you're scared for an interview, like say if you have a job interview tomorrow, if you're afraid, it's because you're picturing you failing. Does that make sense? If you got a test tomorrow, you think you're going to fail? It's because you're picturing yourself failing the test. Does that make sense? Guys, you want to talk to a girl, right? You picturing yourself, the girl rejecting you. This happens fast, by the way. Okay? So that's why the Overnight Millionaire program is so powerful, because it helps you to recondition how you think. So now you create positive images, things that you want instead of the things that you don't want. Okay? All right, I don't see the hearts. Y'all press the hearts on the right. Yeah, press the heart. Like, Kelsey, can you say that again, Kelsey? Thank you, sweetheart. I'm dropping some knowledge here. These are some bombs. This is from a multimillionaire. Like, a lot of you are going to be very wealthy based off this conversation that you're listening to here. Because everything I'm speaking about, I do. Like, I visualize I visualize everything. Even the relationship I had with my children, I visualized it years ago. Like, me and my children, we have a close bond. It's unbelievable, right? The type of bond I have with my children here. But I visualize that. I visualize my children doing well in school. I visualize them being respectful to others. I visualize them succeeding greatly. I visualize them being astute in business and in their personal lives. I visualize that for them, okay? Does that make sense? I visualize everything, okay? And guess what? You can do this as well. Should I listen to my parents even though they didn't graduate? Listen to them as it relates to what? Question for me. Overnight Millionaire has changed my thinking so much. Thank you so much. You know, and I know a lot of you are asking, if you want the program, go to overnightmillionaire.net and you'll see the link. You'll see the meditation. And like I said, try it for yourself. I give you a 60-day guarantee, but 99% of people don't ask for a refund. I mean, everybody they love it. They love it because it works. Now, understand this. You got to apply it. Now, if you don't do anything with it, that's your own damn fault, okay? But all you have to do is listen to it. I'm not asking you to believe in it. I'm not asking you to, just say this is the new Bible for you. What I'm asking you to do is just listen to it every day. That's it. Okay? Just like you listen to a Beyonce, a Drake, a Migos, a 6ix9ine, just like you listen to these songs over and over again. Well, listen to that. Listen to Overnight Millionaire. And then one day you may wake up and you'll find yourself in a beautiful condo like myself. I'm paying $20,000 per month for this condo, right? In Florida. Right now, I'm looking out my window on the left. Even though it's dark, I can still see the beautiful waters. Like I hear the ocean and I see the sunrise every single morning. Like a picture that. Picture waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning because the sun is rising in front of you and you see it rise from the ocean and you're looking at the blue waters every morning. Like my room it's nothing but windows in here, right? Glass. Right? Listen to the program, folks. And I'll put a link below for everybody that's on YouTube. Okay. Let me see in this. Any more questions for me before I let you guys, beautiful people, go? And thank you for all the likes and share. If you got any value here tonight, hit the like and share button here. I'm all about servicing people. Service leads to greatness, which means as I see myself as a very great person. To be greater is going to be measured by the amount of people I serve. And serving is doing things like this. This is free. I charge $10,000 per hour to have a coaching session with me. Because the reason why I charge so much, because honestly, I don't like personal coaching because most people I come in contact with, they're bullshitting. And I don't have time to do that because I may hurt your feelings. So I'd rather someone pay me $10,000. So if you do something or not, it's not a waste of my time. Okay. But I'm doing this for free. Are you a Christian or a Muslim? I'm neither. Thank Wesley for the mentor. I appreciate you as well. Do you think that looking at things on Pinterest helps with visualization? Yeah. I mean, I don't use Pinterest, but I'm sure it does. Sleep and wake up pattern. What do you mean my sleep pattern? I snore? No, I'm just kidding. I don't snore. You said commit for 90 days. I'd rather commit for life. Exactly. Yeah, I tell everybody to commit for 90 days. If you're not committing for 90, like, listen to me. Like, if you can't get inside a program like Overnight Millionaire now, like right now, say if you decide to go ahead and go to overnightmillionaire.net right now, okay, and you jump into the program, and if you can't commit for 90 days, don't buy it, okay? Don't buy it. Like, if you can't do something for 90 days, you got a bigger problem. That means you'll never master anything. If you just can't do something for 90 days, like, the average person lives to about 70 to 80 years old, right? 90 days, 3 months out of your life to attempt to do something, okay? And guess what? Even if it didn't work for you, all you lost was 90 days, okay, right? But if you can't do something every day for 90 days, you got a bigger problem. That means that you deserve to be at your 9-to-5 job. You deserve to be broke, average, and poor. You deserve to be exactly how you are today. If you can't make a decision to commit to do something for 90 days, I don't care what it is. If you can't commit for 90 days, you got a bigger problem in life. Okay? Exactly. The pandemic is forcing you to do 90 days, so use the pandemic as a reason for you to succeed. Good job, John Trey. Any more questions for me? How many hours do you get sleep when you wake up? Maybe 3-4 hours. I don't need much sleep because I meditate so much, so my body is really rested. And guys, once again, thank you for the likes and shares. I see people liking this video right now, and I see some of you making a decision right now to share it because you're excited, and I feel that you're feeling that things are going to work out for you, and I know a lot of you, I'm giving you hope right now. I know you all don't get, I know a lot of you still don't get it, right? And it's okay. But, maybe this video gave you some hope that things can possibly get better. Maybe you don't know how they will get better. And maybe you don't know exactly what you're going to do to make them better. But remember something. All rich, successful people didn't know how they were going to create a business until they started. Like Steve Jobs didn't know exactly how he was going to become a billionaire. Bill Gates didn't know how he was going to create a computer software, right? The Wright brothers didn't know exactly how they're going to create a plane to fly around the world. But no one knows. Like Wesley Virgin didn't know how I was going to create multiple internet companies and earn $30 to $40 million. Like I didn't know how I was going to do it. But what I did know was this. I knew I was going to do it. Okay? I knew it. And don't ask me how. I don't know how. I just knew it. I just knew I was going to do it. I'm serious. I just knew it. And I didn't need any legs to support that. Like, I didn't need any evidence to support why. I didn't need a reason. I just knew I was. I just knew it. And maybe, that's just kind of enforcing your faith. That's what faith is, believing in something that you can't see. Believing in something that has no verifiable facts that it's going to take place, right? Like, based off my childhood, I don't supposed to be here. I don't supposed to have this type of lifestyle. Not based off my childhood and based off where I lived. I don't supposed to be here at all, okay? Like, if it was up to my dad, I would probably be preaching at his church in Acres Home, seriously. He'd probably want me to become a pastor, and I'll be preaching somewhere in a small church. To be honest with you. But I had other plans for myself, okay? Keyword, I said I had other plans. Some people say God had other. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe God has a plan. Like, God has a plan for you to be rich. He wants you to. But the thing is, you have to create the plan. Does that make sense? Because I don't think God is giving people a plan to fail, right? If you say God is giving people a plan to succeed, then you have to agree that God's giving people a plan to fail. And I don't think God works that way. I think that you have to create the plan based off the power, okay? The power that God has given you, which is infinite power. Like, we won't ever be able to really describe the power that we have inside of us. We'll never understand how unlimited we are as human beings. Like, every day we're discovering more of ourselves and what we are able to do, because you can see it happen in the world. Look up every day. Like, we got spaceships going to Mars. We got people walking on the moon. We got people taking a trip out of space. I mean, so many things are happening. Drones in the air. It's so many miraculous things that are taking place, which means some power does exist, but you have to create the plan, okay? It's up to you to make a decision what type of plan, what type of life that you want to lead, and the life that you want to create, okay? Yeah, if you want my program, just go to overnightmillionaire.net. I mean, if you want it. If you don't want it, don't buy it, but it's available, okay? Because it's like a Lamborghini, right? Like, my Lamborghini doesn't know what type of engine's in it. Like, that Lamborghini, even though it looks pretty, but if I put a Honda Accord engine in it, it's not going to go fast. Make sense? So it's up to me to put the right engine in the Lamborghini. Just because it looks like a Lamborghini, sounds like a Lamborghini, doesn't mean it's fast, because maybe it's a Honda Accord engine in the Lamborghini, right? Got to put the right engine in it. It's up to you to put the engine in it, right? It's up to you to equip it to make sure that the power that we believe, the perceived power, is what it is based on what we do, not what somebody else's does. Okay? Press the heart if you agree with Aaron. Aaron, what did you say, Aaron? Thank you guys for the loves. How much is the program? $37. Yeah, I know. It's inexpensive, isn't it? I should sell it for $3,700. What were your biggest mistakes getting to where you are? I don't know. I didn't make any mistakes. I mean, a lot of things culturally are based off the world. They might perceive the things I did as a mistake. Like, I used to write bad checks. I used to steal gas from the gas station. Embarrassing moments, right? But, things happen, right? And it is what it is. How does theta work, please? Okay, how does theta work? I'm currently using the one in your video. So let's talk about, let's talk about, and yeah, you guys, you can go ahead and go over to overnightmillionaire.net. I know some of you guys are asking. Overnightmillionaire.net, and you can type in the discount code, I want this now, and you'll get a discount, okay? All right, listen, let me explain. Let me be brief, okay? The four brain waves of the brain, okay? the waves, okay, and the states of the brain. You have alpha, you have beta, and you have theta, you have delta. So write that down. Let me say it again. These are the 4 cycles, okay, states of the brain. Alpha, write it down. Beta, B-E-T-A. Theta, with a T, and delta, okay? Now, alpha is when you wake up in the morning, okay? You're usually in alpha because, you're not thinking about anything because you're now becoming more conscious and more aware of your environment. Does that make sense? Even when you go to bed at night, you're going into alpha first. If you've ever been in the zone, if you ever been so focused or so enthralled into something, you're in alpha state, okay? You're in alpha there. This is the creative centers of the mind. You're very creative at this moment, and you can really start to program yourself as well. So, in the morning, you should give yourself positive affirmations. I do it every morning. When I wake up in the morning, I say, Wesley, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're great, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're persuasive, you're powerful. Like I say this every morning and before I go to bed. Then you have what is called beta. Now, beta is what we're in right now because we're not like really in a state of focus right now. You're listening to me, you're watching the black screen. Maybe your thigh itch, maybe you're laying on your bed, maybe you're naked, maybe you have clothes on, maybe you're sitting on your couch, maybe you're smoking, maybe you're drinking right now. Maybe you're texting someone right now. I don't know. Well, you're doing a lot of stuff. So the beta is where most of the world spin. And this is chaos. It's when your brain is thinking about so much at one time. It's trying to solve problems. It's trying to do work. It's trying to remember things. It's trying to stay focused. It's trying to work out. So the beta is a place where people experience metabolic diseases such as and I don't want to scare you, cancer or heart disease or PTSD, post-traumatic stress and all this stuff, right? It comes from being in beta because the brain, it's not really equipped to be able to process so much. Like if you do some deep study with the brain is very simple. And that's why habits are so powerful, because the brain, which is called we have a part of us called the autonomic nervous system. The brain wants to do things on autopilot for us, okay? It doesn't want to have to think consciously about everything all the time, right? It will go crazy. That's why some of you say, I'm going crazy, because you're trying to consciously think and do so much. So that's why the autonomic part of us, that nervous system, it handles things for us automatically and it creates habits so we don't have to think about those things. And then you have theta. Theta is, to give you an example, it's like watching a movie. Like I was just watching Lifetime. It's funny. I see why women like Lifetime. So yeah, you get enthralled. You ever watch a movie and you're like there for like 2 hours, and before you know it, it's 2 hours and you thought it was 10 minutes. Or you ever like read a book and you were so enthralled in it. Or yeah, usually people are in theta when they're in love with someone and they just, you're having sex. Sex is real big. You're in theta state because you're totally immersed. And at theta, you can program the mind faster. Okay, very much so. So that's why when I meditate, I listen to theta frequencies, because I'm able to program my mind faster, because it puts my mind into a trance, because it's the frequency, it's just the sound. That's why music is so popular, because the sound is what you like. Okay, not really. Yeah, maybe you like the words too, but you like the sound. That's why the beat is so important. That's why producers and DJs get paid so much money, because they're able to create sounds which are vibrations, actually, that your brain and your ears interprets as a vibration. It's not really a sound, it's a vibration, but it makes your body feel good, because a frequency can make you feel good or make you feel bad, depending on what the frequency is, okay? And then you have delta. Delta is when you're in deep sleep, okay? So what's important is, when you're programming the mind, is to put yourself in theta. Like in the Overnight Millionaire program, a lot of meditations that I use there, And even the way that I speak puts you into a malleable trance, okay? And it puts you into a trance where you start to listen and absorb every word that I say, okay? So I can say that you are excellent. You are rich. You'll start to think about that and you'll start to believe it for no reason. It's because you're in a trance. See, when your brain is in a trance, that means that the conscious part of you, the analytical brain, it goes to sleep, which means when I said you are rich, you just heard it. You didn't say, well, how am I rich? You weren't really critical because it's just techniques that I use with my language. It's called conversational hypnosis. And I know how to use it with my language. So people tend to listen and they tend to just absorb the information without any conscious interaction. Does that make sense? Like now. See, I'm pretty sure a lot of you felt that. Okay. Tell me if I'm wrong, but you're a master number. You're a master number baby girl. I don't understand. I'm sorry, I don't understand your question, Kelsey. But did that make sense? Did I explain that correctly for everybody that just heard that? Yeah, so those brain states are very powerful. So when you're in alpha, when you're working on a project, any project, okay, especially business, put your stuff in alpha. Just go to YouTube, type in alpha, okay? Like, you don't have to buy the Overnight Millionaire program, but it helps you. But you can go to Google and go to YouTube and get it, and just type in alpha here, right? Read the comments between Aaron and I. We're asking if you believe in the life path numerology. No. So numerology is bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you guys hate that. Listen to it. Like I have a friend. He does this numerology stuff and he sells it. Listen, numbers have nothing to do with your life. I mean, it really don't. Like if you believe in numerology, then you believe in psychics as well. Psychics are bullshit. And I do another video and I explain why that is. You just need to read more books. Like if you believe in all that stuff, you just need to read more, okay? Just read more books because it would expose. I mean, if you believe in all that, you probably believe in magicians as well, okay? You believe in pigs fly as well. But it's a lot of mentalism behind this stuff. It's a lot of psychology behind this. It's a lot of neuro-linguistic program behind a lot of things that you see that seems incredible, that seems unbelievable. Like some of you might think that, oh my God, Wesley, you're incredible. Like, how do you know all this stuff? And it's just techniques that I've mastered, right? It's nothing. It's like let me give you an example. It's like a magic trick, right? If you see a guy do a magic trick and you're like, oh my God, how did he do that? That was amazing. But you'll say, well, how did you do it? How did you do it? He'll never tell you because you'll be disappointed. And you'll be disappointed because it's just simple. It's always, remember something, even what I'm doing right here, even the money that I made, everything, it's simple, okay? The magician just knows something that you don't know. Does that make sense? Like me, I know something that you don't know, all right? And this is why I do the video and I give you the information based off my philosophy to help you. But yeah, I would just tell you, like people says angel numbers. No, this is all fake. And just read books, read books. Read this book. I give you a book right now. The Book of Tales. The Book of Cold Reading. Go read this book. Just go to Amazon, type in the Book of Tales, type in the Book of Cold Reading. I can't remember the name. I think it's by Peter Tillett. He'll tell you exactly, like even some people right now, they believe that dead people talk and dead people come back and people have a gift to be able to talk. That's bullshit. All of it. Okay. And if you don't believe that, just go read. Okay. Go do your reading, research. See, that's why reading is so important. I told my son yesterday in the jacuzzi while we was working on the project, I said, there's two things you need to do in life. Okay. Because my son don't necessarily like school. And I don't blame him. School is boring. And it says two things you got to be able to do in life. You got to educate yourself. I mean, you got to communicate. You got to know how to communicate words. Period. That means you have to learn how to express yourself to people, okay? 2 is that you got to be a reader. That means you have to absorb knowledge, period. This is very important. Okay. You got to learn how to communicate, and you have to absorb knowledge. You need to be a reader, period. Those two things. If you can read, because read gives you specialized knowledge, by the way. People that have specialized knowledge get specialized type of paychecks, a lot of money. Make sense? If you're a doctor, you get paid one salary. But if you specialize as a heart surgeon, both are doctors, but one is a special doctor, right? He gets paid 10 times more than a practical doctor, right? So there's two things. You have to learn how to communicate, talk, speak. 2, you have to create specialized knowledge. You get that through reading, okay? If you want him to name more books, press the heart if you want me to name more. Kelsey, I like you. I'm going to hire you to be my assistant. Can you tell us a few more books that are important to us to read on our journey? Yeah, Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Skill with People by Les Giblin, The Magic of Thinking Big, Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, Richest Man of Babylon by Richard Clayson, The Go-Giver. You can listen to the video again because it's going to be saved. So, yeah, that's a few books. Read those books and master them. Okay? Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. Like, master these books. Just don't read them one time. Read them several times. Okay? I've mastered the art of sales, but see why we can be a team. All right, Kelsey, well, let's see if you can sell some of my products. If you can sell that, we can do business. And you know what's so funny about Ariella? Who knows Ariella? So Ariella, she works for me, and she's my business partner as well. The only reason why I hired her is because she's a great salesperson. I'm going to be honest with you. She's an amazing salesperson. Now she's a multimillionaire. Now she's rich, right? That's the only reason I hired her, because she was very persuasive. And she used to send me videos, right? Not those type of videos. Guys, get your mind out of the gutter. She used to send me videos every day, and she was communicating on how she will be of value to my business. I mean, every day for months. Every day. Wesley, I'm telling you, I'm going to be the best. And I loved how she communicated. You know, I loved that she was a good salesperson and she was passionate. So, hint. If you can sell, now if you're the person that say you don't like selling, then we'll never do business. Because, see, one thing about entrepreneurs that you got to understand, all entrepreneurs love to sell. Okay, we just love it. We love to persuade. We love to convince people on our service or our product. We love it. You know, it's fun. It's amazing. It's just fun, right? To convince a person to agree with us and to buy our stuff. And if you don't love that, you'll probably never be rich, you know. Not with sell, maybe on Forex. I'm not sure. I don't know if you have to sell to do that. But yeah. So if anybody ever want to work for me, you know, convince me via, if you're lucky enough for me to see your DM, and the best way for me to see your DM is to send it to me all the time, but send a video of you trying to sell me, or like you got to convince me. Like, she convinced me. It took her a couple of months, but she convinced for me to give her a try. And now, last month, she made $140,000 net. Yeah. She's 29 years old. Yeah. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, she got a nice car. She got a Maserati, and it's pink. And it's a nice pink. It's like a flaky, sparkly pink. Like, it's amazing. It's beautiful, actually. Yeah. She's like the Chanel, Louis Vuitton girl, even with her dog, you know. She's living a dream. She's not even 30 yet. So what I'm saying is the opportunity is always there. So don't think that you can't do it either. She was just persistent, and she can communicate. I like people that are persistent, can communicate, and can sell. And if you can't do those things, just work on yourself and be able to do it. And then when you feel confident enough, then try and shoot your shot. Okay? I love it here. Press the heart if you find Ariella inspiring here. Yeah, you should follow her. Just go to my following list. I don't follow a lot of people. And follow her. I mean, you guys should follow her. Follow her for days and watch her, because she's a prime example that a person can go from the bottom to the top. And she wasn't really at the bottom when I met her. But you know one thing I love about Ariella? Like, in actuality, she probably was in a tougher situation than the way that she communicated. Because when I met her, man, I'm going to be honest, I thought she was making $10,000 a month. But I don't think she was making it. I think later on, knowing her now, I don't think she was making it. But I thought she was doing well. I mean, and see, that's the great thing about perception. See, a lot of you think that if you come to a multimillionaire and you be pity and be like, oh, help me out. Help me, Wesley. Help me, daddy. Help me. I'm so broke. I don't know. You think that we're going to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I mean, like, I love you, but I do not feel sorry for you at all. Because everybody has a story about how painful life was. But what was unique about Ariella is she gave me the perception that I thought she was making $100,000 a year. I swear to God. That's the perception she gave me, because she didn't give me any sense that she was broke, poor, hurting, complaining, or that she was just hurting financially at all. Right? But I found out later that she was, right? But she was already rich by then. So that's just a hint. If you want to approach me, don't approach me and share your problems with me. That's a quick way for me not to answer your DMs. If you tell me, Wesley, let me tell you my story, I'm going to delete you. Okay? Does that make sense? Now, I'm teaching you something. That's what any rich people, any millionaire, or any person that you admire on the internet or whatever, don't tell them your problems. We don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? Don't tell them. Now, if I'm dating you, just me personally, of course, tell me your problem, because I'm gonna fix them. I mean, that's different though, right? But if I don't know you like that, don't do that. Just don't do it to anybody. Okay? All right, guys, I love you so much. I appreciate you. Hey, if you guys don't mind, can you write the words "I love you, Wes" below? I mean, I just need some love right now, because my children, they haven't talked to me all day. They didn't show me any love today, so I'm asking you guys to show me some love. So if you write down below, I love you, Wes, I'll appreciate that so much for me. Thank you for joining me on another session of Midnight, a Millionaire Rant with me. I expect that you guys, you grab some tools here. And let me turn the camera around so you guys can see me. Yeah, see? Yeah, I'm right here. I pray and I believe that you guys, I'm watching Lifetime. Hold on. I'm going to believe that you guys did get some value here tonight with me. You still can't see me because I'm so black, huh? But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Much love. Remember, in life, you don't get what you want. You get what you picture. This is Wesley, Millionaire Virgin. Much love. And let's get it motivated, dedicated. Let go. Later, folks. Love you guys.